Alright, so first of all, I decided to come over to the Fishing and Boating Expo over here in Lebanon, Tennessee, and just see what they got. I've never been. I thought it might be cool to do. So anyway, we're gonna walk in here. I don't know if they'll let me film in here or not, but I thought I would check it out and see. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. All right, well, they would let me film in there. So, I mean, that's to be expected. I asked, you know, before I walked in. So, anyway, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes they'll let you, sometimes they won't. Just kind of depends. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's small. It's not real big. Probably not like one would be in Nashville. It costs $10 to get in, and they got all kinds of baits and stuff that's that they have on sale, like cheap. You get them cheaper than like if you went and got them at retail, like Bass Pro or Cabela's or anywhere like that. But yeah, anyway, they got some good stuff. There's a lot of stuff, man, that I don't know, I wouldn't throw, but that's just the nature of it. There's a few boats, some really nice, a couple of skeeters in there. Anderson Marine had some skeeters in there, and I mean, man, they look nice. They're getting better at making these boats, I'll say that, you know, especially that top coat on the gel coat. The gel coats, I feel like they're getting better and better, you know, on their paints and on their clears. They just look really good, you know. I think those boats, when they're 20 years old, you're gonna really think, yeah, man, this is nice. Well, I got the split pedal mounted. They're good now. I put this on, but I'm gonna take it back off, so I'm not working around it. What I gotta do is figure out. So I got me a new switch from Anyway Marine, and it's interrupt switch for my tilt trim, and they send you it's like a keyway, if that makes sense. It's a key to what switches they sell. And so like when you get, like I got this one, it says trim up, trim down. I thought it was a great looking switch. I really like it. But we got a whole bunch of poles here, and we don't know what pole is what. So on the side of here, it says VLD 2. All right, check this out. This is that super clean stuff, right? So, like, my boat gets this scum stuff on there. Man, it's like, and I mean, man, I've tried all kinds of things. Toilet bowl cleaner, man, you name it, man, I've tried it. Hull cleaner, Starbright hull cleaner. I don't know, I've tried a bunch of stuff like vinegar and water, wet sand. I've used wool pads. I've used a lot of stuff. So here's that scum line. Anyway, so then I was like, oh, screw it, I'll just try some of this Simply Clean. And then I did it back here. And like, it literally wiped right off. Try to get a better shot here. But the only thing I'd say is then I still see a little bit and I don't know if it'll show up on the camera or not, but there's a little bit of like this sort of stuff, and maybe I need to take my pad, go back through an area like this. But man, I mean, it's pretty good, right? So then, you know, of course I'll put some of that ceramic wax on it. There's maybe a good shot there. You can kind of see a little bit of this stuff, you know, like that you couldn't take off, I don't think. You'd have to wet sand, but instead of doing that, I'm gonna use a little bit of that marine polish and then just polish it maybe, and then hit it with the wax. But here is this. I mean, I'm just kind of curious. I want to replace these because they got some scuff marks. But yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. They don't even take that much either. Man, I don't know, but it's pretty good. I really don't know what to say. There is a little bit, like I can see right in here, there's some of that. But our lakes are really bad, man. I mean, it's like they've got a lot of, I don't know if it's calcium that's in the water or minerals in the water. Man, it really does do a number. See, now that is still kind of hard to take off. But I do like the fact that I can wipe this off enough that then I could like do a polish. And see, now here I could never run my polisher, because if I did, it would just destroy my dome letters, which like it already has. So let's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I think it looks better. I can still see. You guys tell me what you use, because I don't know. I'm not a detailer. But you want to keep it looking nice, right? So it really is a bummer, because then you got to go back through, and you know, you don't want to hand sand this again, and you can only hand sand it so many times because you're just sanding off that clear coat before you got to clear coat it again. Yeah, like here's a good example. You can see that stuff. It just stays on the surface. It doesn't go anywhere, man. So anyway, I do want to get it off, and it's like when it's dry, when it's real dry, it's like it will break off. But man, it's a lot of work. Maybe a little orbital sander? I might go get me a little orbital one. I feel like I could get that other one. It's just way too big. Get a little dual action polisher. See, now I'm curious what happens here. That you spray it here. Sorry. Anyway, this takes a lot of time to do, and it's something that like nobody really wants to do. Like, I don't know, there might be some people that want to do this, but I don't. I mean, you know, it helps. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought I would throw that out there. I mean, I think it does work. Now, I don't know, you know, how well it really does in the long run or not. So far, it's really good, you know. The thing about detailing on the boat, man, or anything, is like once your eyes fix on it, you literally will, you know, you gotta learn to let it go. Like when we got these marks and stuff, what are you gonna do, man? Anyway, thanks for watching. It's a 20 amp 12 volt. And you know, made in Mexico, Carling Technologies, but VLD2. So on here, you know, they got V4, V7. Anyway, we've got to go down here till we find, or flip it over till we find the VLD2. I'll say it. There's VLD 1A or B. Is that what it says? VLD 2. So VLD 2. Where's that? So written on the side is a bunch of little numbers, and I'm sure that won't come out. And on this side, same thing. At the very bottom, that's your pin layout. I had a guy comment. He said the way he remembers the tilt and trim is that, you know, blue sky is up, green is down. So blue is up, green is down. Only thing we gotta do is just pop this in our little switch over here. I just put this in. I mean, it is kind of. And so then we gotta just figure out what's going on up here. And I really don't know. I could tell you. So down here, I got all my wires and that's the one thing that I don't know yet. So nothing's on, by the way. Well, actually, there is power. And it's coming up through all this nonsense. And I just got to figure out what it all is. There's our green, and there's our blue. And this is a power. And, you know, so, anyway, I have to figure out what all this is. There's another fuse that I put in line. So this should be blues up. So there's our hot. There's our green and blue. So let's just cut this right here. Like I said, I don't know what's what. And while we got a couple of fuses up here, I couldn't tell you. That gray is probably a tack or something coming back from the engine. I don't know. But we're gonna have, looks like this is our up and down, I'm thinking. And then this is gonna be our red. So we don't really need a fuse on there. So we may have to repair a lot of this stuff. That's what I'm thinking. Because this is just not going to be needed. I don't want to have a fuse down here and trying to, you know, fish it out. So if this goes, this is probably, let's see what we do here. Sorry, I'm figuring it out. There's an orange. I guess the first thing is to figure out what's hot and what's not. But if this is our green and our blue, which I believe it to be, I believe this is hot all the time. But there's no reason to have a yeah, there's really no reason to have this like this with a fuse. But, so they're saying that positive 1 in is pin 2. I may have to get on their site and see if I can find BLD1 positive in, switch down, it's green, should be pin number 1. Alright, well, you know what? I'm gonna probably do this all over. Okay, I went to New Wire Marine and got my pin out. I'm gonna take this out of the way. It'll just be easier for me to just lay here because it is what it is. So, you know, of course, I didn't have the right pin out, and then had to go in. And New Wire Marine has a really good website where you can look up any of those switches and you can get the pin out. And it's kind of like the master key, so it'll help you like determine, you know, which one you need and get the right, you know, you got the key, then you can figure it out. Like you know what to do. I'm just pulling this back off because it's in my way. And you know, like these things are kind of like a little bit daunting in that yeah, you're not sure where to start, at least for me. You know, the thing is, you just gotta start. You gotta figure it out, because you might see like, you know, 4 or 5 problems. You're like, well, which one do I address first? All right, this kind of gets this out of the way, so then I can work. Cause I'm gonna have to do. Anyway, I got the key, and this shows a lighting diagram. And anyway, so those numbers on there. So our indicator lamp is going to be 8, and then number 1 is an output. Number 2 is a positive in. Alright, then number 3 is an output. And number 10, indicator light. So we're going to figure this out. We can see the 2 wipers, see? So this 2 is your positive in. Okay, and 5 Looks like that's going to be a positive end on this side. We only need this one side. So this one, the one output is going to be, I believe, either our up or down. So 3 is going to be this output, and I believe that's going to either be up or down. So I'm thinking I'm going to put like blue and green, but I won't know until I hook it up and test it, really. And so I'm gonna do, like, again, pin 1. Let's say it's blue. So I know this is going to my trim up. So I'm just gonna try to find pin 3. Is that what I'm looking for? No, I'm looking for pin 1. So where is that? So 8, 11. I think this is it here. I think that's pin 1. And if it's loose, if that's loose, I may have to get my little pliers and just pinch it a little bit. I gotta put the dikes out here. Like, if it's loose, just kind of do like this a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one's going to be the second one. And then we're going to have positive and then down here. Alright. So if this is correct, so I think the first thing is to see if we have power. Because we may not have any power, and that maybe might do it because I have the boat switch on. Alright, well, the one thing I can say about this boat is they did good wiring. So I went and turned my switch on, and then I got a little power probe because I'm kind of curious to see if we got power. Yeah, we got power now. So now let's see if it'll go up or down. So I've got them backwards. So our blue should be down there, and our green should be on top. Now, the other side of that switch would be like if you're relaying it to another position. That's why you have it on the other side. Yeah, it's working good now. So that's moving this up and down. Alright, so, but the problem is we don't need this. We don't need this. It's completely useless. I don't know if we were tying things together. I really don't know. I need to figure this out because this is like, you know, we got another, this is going to, I don't remember, either a fish finder or something like that, so this is probably fine, but it has to pull power from somewhere. So kind of curious if we have power anywhere else. No, so there's no power there. And I think the orange, I want to say, goes to the white. So you have to have the light, the power on for the light. So what do we do? We've got to maybe get that. Yeah, okay, so just think it through. You know, I don't know yet. I'm like still kind of figuring this out, but on this side, you know, that 8 or that 10, you know, has to be our indicator light. So what do we do? Well, the indicator, if it's gonna light up, you know, it has to go from here to here. So we'll figure out the lighting part of it too. You know, it really doesn't need the light, and I could avoid the light, but it would be good to maybe send power to it when we do turn on our navigation lights. So I guess I could turn on navigation light. I think this orange is a navigation light. That looks terrible too. So that needs to be fixed. Alright, I got the navigation light on. So we can determine how we want to do that. So I think it's this orange. No. And that just fell right out. Okay, so that's not got power. What are you doing? Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out where our power is. We got a few other lines down here that's disconnected. So let's see. There's power. And there's power. So we got 2 orange lines down here that should be power. And I think we can just do a bullet connector to here and get our power. And that's also power. Okay. I think we're going to have to disconnect this and find out how this is wired up. Because that is not correct. No. Looks like we got another. This is black. That's on our ground. That's right. So this red that we have going here could go to one of these oranges. Okay, that's good. Because that's going to power, I don't know, what is that going to power? So we need to find, we got to find all of this too. This here goes to my ground. Sure. This should be going, yeah, this is going straight to the battery. I know this because I installed it. So yeah, I know this because I installed this before on marine grade line. But what I don't know is this. Yeah, okay, so this, when you put some tape around it, this is to the hydro wave. So I'll tape this up, put hydro wave. This red doesn't need to be a breaker, because then, you know, that can cause your trim to stop working. So I think I'm gonna just redo this. Completely just redo it. That's what I'm gonna do. Purple shouldn't be hot. I mean, this shouldn't be hot. But it is. So this orange is hot. Let's just take this. So if we Alright, well, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere, but it's just a slow process. I guess the first thing I can say is I got one of these deals, man, and they were like real cheap. It's like 20 bucks. And this makes these little bullet connectors. So I got a little kit. I mean, the kit was like 20 bucks. I'm gonna try it. It can't hurt nothing. But so like this, you know, which normally would just, I guess I would have power or whatever. I'm just gonna cut it off and go straight into one of our power legs. There's already a bullet connection there, so all I gotta do is just make make one of these connectors up. Yeah, so there's no power there. Let me turn it on and see if I get anything. Alright, I don't know why, but anyway, see if we got power anywhere. Do you have power there? And we got power to the other side, so what do we got going on here? Oh, that light's on. Well, I think pretty much that's everything I needed. The only thing is, like, I didn't hook up the light. That's the only, you know, I mean, that's the only thing. And, you know, they're saying indicator lamp positive, indicator lamp positive. I don't know how it gets its, you know, if it's, I don't know how it's getting it. Maybe you double out of it. I don't know. It's kind of very weird. It does give us a key, independent lamp or LED. I don't see anywhere where there's, well, it does say independently there. Independent lamp or LED. Other position. Okay. Low current in and out. Independent lamp trigger. Negative return circuit on moment. I don't care about the lamps, to be honest with you. I'm kind of fine with that. So I gotta just find all my screws and put that back on there. I'm trying to clean up a little bit here. I've got the trolling motor kind of in a down position. I got my graph installed up here. I got my other graph installed too because they are networked together, so they share maps. And I'm trying to discover, okay, where will we go from here? Do we turn this thing on? What? It does talk about downloading the one boat network, and we need to set. I guess this thing is set so like it's already, like it's right there. It's got to go to its middle position. So I think we just turn this power on, and then gosh, I don't know. Let's turn the power on, I guess. I guess I could download the one boat network. There is a network connection, or there's some kind of connection here. I'm guessing this is to the network, and that may be the possible too. I gotta hook up a cable yet to this. Be a cable coming out of there, going to our graph. Let me just look at this. Yeah, because it would just be going to here. So I got a network cable in, but isn't that, maybe I need to take my graph off here. Like, take a look at this. But I think, see, I have a Solix, so this should work with a Solix. All right, that's what I'm saying. It should work with a Solix. Alright, so this should work with a Solix, but maybe let's pull this over here so I can look at it. NEMA 2000, NEMA 183, and then Ethernet. So I wonder if we got to set up another network connection up front. I don't know. I really don't. Alright, you guys have come along with me on this deal because, you know, I'm trying to figure this out as I go. So I downloaded the One Boat Network app. So I think what we have to do is we're going to power up this trolling motor. So we go turn the switch on.